this trip, there's one memory that stands out clearly. We go to dinner, and as we're leaving, my brother and I notice right by the hostess stand this beautiful fountain. But instead of water inside this fountain, it's filled with Hershey's Kisses. And we don't know what to do. I mean, it's right there in front of us, and there's thousands of them. The hostess comes around, and she hands us each an empty brown paper bag. And she says, "Go ahead, fill it up." And we look at each other in disbelief. But wasting no time, we filled these bags to the very top. And I remember running back to our hotel room, feeling as though I had just gotten away with something. And it wasn't until years later that I appreciated how important that moment really was. What was this ordinary setting became an elevated experience, which would become a guiding principle throughout my career. Create a moment, earn a memory. And to me, a moment is something that touches me. I know it when it happens, and it's magical. There's something about someone slowing down for me just for a minute that can be unforgettable. My wife and I experienced this in 2005. She was pregnant with our first child, and it's the day we're finding out the gender of our baby. And we want to celebrate. It's such an exciting day. And we'd always wanted to go to Mastro's Steakhouse in Beverly Hills, but I did not make a reservation. So I call the restaurant, and of course they are fully booked. So we decide to head down there in peak rush hour Los Angeles traffic, see if we can get a table. And so we get there, we put our name in, and we wait. And we wait. And we wait. To the point we actually got up to leave. But then they called our name. And it was the manager. He escorted us to our table. He allowed us to sit down. He presented us with our menus and took a step back. And he said, "I would just like to take a moment to tell you what a pleasure it is to have you with us." These were such simple words, yet hearing them that night was moving. He slowed down and created an experience using nothing but words and tone. He created a moment, and that moment earned a memory that I'll have for the rest of my life. Now, I wish I had hundreds of these stories, and I'll bet you wish you had hundreds of these stories too. Companies slowing down for us to focus on us, and when they do, we'll share this with people. We like spreading good news. But it's so common for companies to spend so much time and resources trying to persuade people to become customers, but when they get them through the door, they squander this precious opportunity by completely failing to create any sort of positive memory. Smile. Say thank you. Answer the phone within 3 rings. The customer is always right. These are bullet points that so many companies consider to be great customer service. The problem is, this isn't customer service at all. This is nothing service. It leaves us with nothing. Now, any company could give bad service on a given day, from fast food to high-end restaurants, from retail to 5-star hotels. It comes down to the employee working on a given day at a given moment. But I'm not here to talk about the human struggle with 5-star hotels. We all have our pet peeves when it comes to customer service. We all have what bothers us. For me, for instance, it's that it seems not too long ago, every single restaurant owner and their managers in the world must have gotten together in a room. It was a big room. And conspired. They conspired to have all their servers stop asking their customers, "How is everything?" and switch over to, "How's everything tasting?" Hate that. This is way too narrow of a question. Yes, Lexi, thank you. Everything tastes great. However, my martini glass has been empty for 25 minutes, and I'm eating my steak with a spoon. Thank you, but it tastes great. Thank you. We all have our things. The question companies should be answering for their customers is, would I return based on the service? And for me, the answer is almost always no. How sad. My company operates the Magic Castle Hotel in Hollywood, California. And when I got there, the hotel, it just wasn't operating to its potential. It was a converted apartment building with exterior corridors. It was built in the late 50s. It didn't have an elevator, room service, a restaurant, great views to sell. And we realized that if we were going to move this hotel forward, we would have to create an extraordinary experience for our customers. And now, 16 years later, we are a converted apartment building with exterior corridors. We don't have an elevator. We don't have room service, a restaurant, great views to sell. Yet we are one of the leading hotels in Los Angeles in terms of guest experience. We're typically in the top 5 on TripAdvisor. We've won multiple awards for customer service. Dozens of articles have been written about us, and multinational companies stop by to see what we do. Chip and Dan Heath mention us in their book, The Power of Moments. They say, our lives are measured in moments, and defining moments are those that endure in our memories. At the hotel, we actively seek out opportunities to create moments for our guest. We are a customer service company that functions as a hotel. And it's within that mindset, creativity flourishes and memories are earned. When we lead people through our process, they love it. We slow things down for them. When they're checking in, we come around for the front desk and we hand them champagne glasses filled with Italian lemon soda. And we give them the welcome speech. And the welcome speech could be anything the staff member wants it to be, except for the opening line, which is, I would just like to take a moment to tell you what a pleasure it is to have you with us. Throughout their stay, we are a moment-creating machine. Laying by the pool, use our popsicle hotline. Just lift up the red phone, and we'll answer, popsicle hotline. And out comes a white-gloved employee with your free popsicles. Have laundry to do? We'll do all your laundry at no charge. We'll even wrap it up, tie it with twine, put a sprig of lavender on it. Never a charge. Want a snack? We have 24 snack items at the front desk. Full-size chocolate bars, candy, chips, cookies, 24 hours a day, unlimited, whatever you want. I want people to feel what I felt back at that hotel in Miami. That they're getting away with something and experiencing something that's unheard of. For companies out there who know they could do better and want to do better, I invite you to picture what it looks like and sounds like for your customers to experience mind-blowing service. If you were a customer service company, how would that shift your operation? What sort of progress could be made by simply slowing down for your customers and focusing on them? Moving a company forward in this regard doesn't have to be expensive. Words are free, and attitude is free. So how do we get customer service from being nothing to something? We develop our service reflex. The first step is to decide to transform. Literally overnight, a company can decide to become a customer service company that functions as whatever it is they do. That's what we did. We didn't have an exact roadmap, but we had a general direction. You don't have to have a plan on day one, and it doesn't have to be overwhelming. Reward for getting on board. Our employees have to be motivated to go on that customer service ride with a company. We give our staff incentive not to upsell people to larger rooms or sell merchandise, but we want them to create stories for our customers. And we want our customers to feel compelled to share those stories with others. A story can be creative, thoughtful, playful, all of the above. But they have to be impactful. And we encourage our employees to share these stories with the management team, and they are financially rewarded for doing it. So maybe we learn a guest is leaving the hotel to go down to Hollywood Boulevard to see Marilyn Monroe's star. When they get back, there might be a picture of Marilyn on their wall with a note from Marilyn welcoming them to Hollywood. Or maybe a guest is going around the corner to the Hollywood Bowl for a concert that night. We might make them a card and put the performer's image on the front, and then incorporated throughout the greeting are song titles from that performer. It's fun for the guests to receive these things, and it's fun for the staff to be able to create them. Listen carefully, respond creatively. This is how a company develops a sharp service reflex. And with a developed service reflex, a company can deliver high levels of customer service more consistently and can differentiate themselves with something other than the products or services they sell. It becomes their competitive advantage. So for companies who are ready to take these steps, decide to transform. You don't have to have an exact plan on day one. Reward for getting on board so we could celebrate the employees who embrace our mission. And listen carefully, respond creatively to develop a sharp service reflex. We are all customers with a lot of power. Why settle on nothing service? Instead, we should reward those companies who take that moment for us to engage and focus on us. Create a moment, earn a memory. May everybody here find your fountain of Hershey's Kisses. And now I would like to just take a moment to tell you what a pleasure it's been to present to you today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.